So, what keeps pushing you forward in your career?
Then there's this really weird, well, I don't know if it's really weird. I just love doing it. Like, it's really all I know. During the pandemic, I ended up having to completely pivot. There was no shows, no nothing. Like, the little bit of money that I was starting to make again with the music just completely stopped. After Costa Rica, I've been back for 2018. Had nothing when I came back in 2018. And I moved to Northern California because in Northern California they gave me a chance to get my feet under me and make some money. And so I was working up in the ganja industry up there in 2018. Made enough money to move down in the beginning of 2019 to LA. Putting the pieces back together, but still had a ton of PTSD from Costa Rica. Didn't want to go out, period. Like, much less at night. Like, I wasn't really trying to go out, so that made it difficult to go make connections and link. But sort of towards the end of 2019, the middle end of 2019, I started to go out and explore in LA. I met some people like Luis Dreadlocks from Ayaterra, who went on to become not only a good friend, but somebody that I collaborate a lot with musically. Dread Kennedy and Shakaman and just a lot of people that have become good friends. I met them in 2019, right before the pandemic. And then I started to go on tour again. I went to Israel, played a few shows in 2018 and 2019, but like I said, PTSD had the best of me at that time. At the end of 2019, I went to Israel and played 2 shows in Tel Aviv, and then flew back and said, you know what, I'm ready to do this again. Literally 2 months later, after I had already started booking a bunch of things for 2020, COVID happened. And I was reminded why it's really important to have patience, and to just be able to sit down and breathe and go with the flow. You are a large factor in your own reality, but in terms of greater existence, you got to roll with the punches, So COVID taught me to do that again. Your original question was like, what keeps me going? And it's this drive that I've always had to be creative. I've been writing songs since I was in 7th and 8th grade, so that's like 10, 11 years old. I was young. I was writing silly tunes, but I was writing lyrics. I've always had this musically creative outlet, and so it's pretty much how I know to live. During the pandemic, I ended up getting a job in television, and I work for a great TV show with great people, and I really love it. But music is my passion, and it's my goal. It's my everyday therapy, both listening to it and writing it. What keeps me going about it is that it actually keeps me balanced and sane and centered. Yeah. Yeah.